Saudi Arabia just got hit. Aramco, the crown jewel of the global energy market, was struck by Iranian Shahed 136 drones. And within hours, Saudi jets were already bombing Iranian oil pipelines. Ladies and gentlemen, the Gulf has officially entered the war. And what's happening right now is something most analysts didn't expect this early. Let me break it down. If you want real updates without the corporate filter, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. We cover what others won't. Here's what we know. Iran launched a direct strike on a major Aramco refinery, a facility producing nearly 500,000 barrels per day. The explosion is still burning, and emergency crews are struggling to contain it. This wasn't a proxy attack. This came directly from Iran. Saudi Arabia had already warned that any second strike would trigger a military response. That warning just became reality. Saudi fighter jets are now targeting Iranian oil infrastructure in the Awaz region, a pipeline responsible for roughly 20% of Iran's crude exports. But this is no longer just Saudi Arabia versus Iran. There are unconfirmed reports of attacks spreading across the Gulf. Oil facilities in Kuwait, tankers burning near Bahrain, strikes near Oman, and even infrastructure targeted in Qatar. And then there's the biggest move of all. The Strait of Hormuz, one of the most critical oil routes in the world, is effectively being shut down. That's around 20 million barrels of oil per day disrupted. Qatar's gas exports affected. Global energy supply under pressure. This is no longer just a military conflict. This is an energy war. And the entire world is about to feel it. Now the question is, why would Iran escalate like this? Because this isn't about winning. This is about survival. Iran isn't trying to win the war. It's trying to avoid going down quietly. With leadership shaken and internal pressure rising, decisions are now being driven by urgency, not diplomacy. The Revolutionary Guard is taking control. Diplomacy is fading. And the situation is becoming more unpredictable by the hour. Meanwhile, global powers are watching closely, and some are already getting involved. Airspace is closing. Flights are being canceled. Markets are reacting instantly. Oil prices are rising. Gold is surging. And we're still in the early stages. Here's what most people are missing. This conflict isn't just military. It's economic. It's political. It's psychological. And its impact is global. The biggest question now is simple. Where does this go from here? The honest answer is nobody knows. Because when tensions reach this level, every calculation changes. Every red line disappears. And every prediction becomes uncertain. What we are witnessing right now could reshape the Middle East, global energy markets, and world politics for years to come. And this is just the beginning. Stay informed. Stay alert. The math doesn't work. You're looking at the combined power of the United States, Israel, Britain, possibly France, and eventually the Gulf states. That's not a winnable equation. But here's the key point. Iran isn't trying to win this war. Iran is trying to outlast it. Think about it. Every fallen soldier has a family. Every downed fighter jet becomes a political issue. Every burning oil tanker drives fuel prices higher, something ordinary people feel immediately. This isn't just happening on the battlefield. It's happening in politics, in economies, and in public opinion. And that pressure builds fast. Now consider this. Expanding the conflict means expanding the consequences. More countries involved means a wider battlefield, longer timelines, and more instability. And right now, that expansion is already happening. Saudi Arabia has been hit. Critical infrastructure across the Gulf is under threat. Airspace is being disrupted. Whether officially declared or not, multiple countries are already part of this conflict. But here's the real concern. Trust. Some countries are hesitant to fully commit because they're unsure how long support will actually last. They're thinking beyond today. They're thinking about what happens after. Because if the situation changes, if leadership shifts or the balance of power moves, the consequences won't just disappear. They'll come back. So, where does this go from here? The truth is nobody knows. And that's not an exaggeration. Analysts, governments, intelligence agencies, everyone is working with incomplete and rapidly changing information. The situation is evolving too fast. And the next phase could be even more unpredictable. Because when a state reaches a point where it feels it has nothing left to lose, everything changes. Limits disappear. Decisions become more extreme. And outcomes become impossible to predict. What we're witnessing right now has the potential to reshape the region, and possibly the world, for years to come. And we're still at the very beginning. I'll continue to cover this as it develops, bringing insights from multiple perspectives so you get the full picture. If you want to stay informed without the noise, subscribe and turn on notifications. More updates coming soon. Stay safe.